Well, I gotta unplug the actuator. I think that's the only reason to go underneath. It's probably easier to get to. Yeah, it's right there. Oh, it's filthy. I thought it would be like that. I think you just... I'm gonna put a glove on and be smart for once. Okay, so from here it looks like I should be able to just pinch the sides, maybe? Oh, that's so crusty. Yeah, oh, is the side broke? Nope, it exists. It's just way the hell in there. Yeah. Gross. We'll go ahead and clean that up. I think there's nothing holding this on. We'll be able to feed it up through after the turbo's out and pretty this up a bit. Not much to it. It's just 3 wires. There shouldn't be much to this. We'll have to pull that off the bracket. That I think I can come in from this side instead of going below it. So I can get the pipe out, get this pipe out, 3 bolts, there's some oil, feed and drain. I'll probably have to go underneath for the oil drain if I can even reach the fucking thing. Figure out how that goes in. I think there's a grommet and it might just slide into the oil pan. I'm not sure if it bolts up to anything crazy. I haven't looked at it yet, but we'll see. I'm going to spray some more penetrant on the upper bolts. Yeah, the threads in the clamp look fine. That bolt's just old and gross. So, can hang out. Probably take care of the oil drain next because I don't even know how it's attached down there. Okay, all I can see is my oily alternator cable. There's the drain. So it has 2 bolts that attach to the turbo. And yeah, I think there's just a grommet and it just goes in that hole. So I think we can leave it. I'll need to take this bracket off here. There's a support bracket for the turbo too. Alright, banjo bolt on top of the turbo. It's the oil feed, 13 millimeter, looks like. Yep, okay. There we go, cracked loose. Probably, I would imagine it has a flange that bolts into the engine side. I think that has a O-ring. I mean, it's high pressure, so it wouldn't just slide in like the drain does. It's also so greasy and nasty over there. Hey, buddy. Got new copper washers come with the turbo, so you don't need to worry about like losing them or anything. Yeah, that's that side of that block pretty hard, so we'll have to figure out what kind of bolt that is. Could probably go upstairs and look on the damn manual. I got the thing for a reason. It was free. Oh, the manual didn't say what it is, but you can zoom in on it and tell it's one of those E something somethings. Everything else is an E10. So why wouldn't this? Is it smaller? Yeah, there we go. Yep. So just get a normal swivel. Don't try to use an extension. Make sure you can get the angle right, because it's dumb. I guess if I used the swivel the first time, I wouldn't have even known. I would have thought it's just fine. But it's recommended these lines get replaced by my buddy Dom. He said they coke up on people, and then you end up with low flow going to the turbo, and you kind of wear out the inside bearing part way too early. Alright, it was like a 12, or not 12, a half, because 12 is too small. They're supposed to be 13, but they're rusty, so I wanted to make sure it fits really tight. Hopefully these come out pretty easy. I'll do the easiest one first. There's no space. Well, I mean, there's tons of space, but not for swinging hammers around. And I don't have a lot of SAE tools. Like, this is my only 1/2-inch wrench that I could find quickly. Oh, goodbye. That's not turning, it's just rounding it. Oh, it's fucking rounding it off. Fucked. Oh, yeah, that little wrench I have isn't going to cut it, and it's not gripping well enough anyway. So I'm going to try on my easy out, so I can't get a socket over it, but once it bites, it should pull itself down pretty well. I don't think that's turning either. Oh nope, it is turned. Ah, it's gonna pull it off. Ah, it snapped. That's fine. Turbo comes with new holes, so we'll just need new bolts. It makes me wonder if I'm better off like trying to cut the other ones. Yeah. It's so loose. Like, I wish I had a better half inch. This thing's a piece of crap. Okay, it's one of those things that's just gonna suck. Like, I'm just gonna end up rounding this, and then I'm gonna have to like figure out a way to cut it. I don't know. No matter what I do, it's gonna be awful. Yeah, it's not. That's so fucking loose. Oh, that one moved. Crazy. It's not something I expected. Please snap. Yes. It's weird. I kind of want these back ones to snap because they'll just be easier. It's kind of need a flat one. I don't know if there's enough space for a gear wrench. Right, let me take these two bolts out, see if I can move this coolant line without unhooking it, get a better angle. Oh, that must be what goes to the heater. My heat works great, by the way. God damn it. I got a pipe for this. Nope. Goodbye. I'm gonna make a wrench. Maybe I don't have to make a whole wrench. Maybe all I had to do was cut it. But let's see, this might be better just to weld this thing into a piece of tube. I have a feeling as soon as I try to put this on, I'm going to fuck it up and it's going to fall off of there. Nope, it's working. Yes. Snapped. Perfect. So now should we give this thing a whack. And we only have to pull the oil drain out. I got the other side off of the support bracket, so give me another glove and let's see. Okie doke. Turbo. Yeah, she's pretty tough. Fortunately, it's bad. There, it's starting to go. Just that gasket holding it onto the manifold. Oh, and the bolts, not the bolts. Right out of the bottom one, just like that. Oh, hell yeah. feels good to have this thing out. So, let's see, there's that reman sticker. And it really didn't have much play. That's unfortunate. It would be fun to pull this apart. I want to figure out what to do with the components of it because I'm getting a new turbo. I don't have to send it in as a core, which also means this actuator is probably fine. Just have to clean it up. Maybe if we find somebody that needs one, go ahead and give it away or something. So the only thing we have to save off of this is, well, I'm going to replace the drain line, I think, and so really just the bracket. So maybe I'll sandblast that, give it a coat of paint, or at least clean it up nice. Really the whole thing, this should be sealed. Just put it up in the parts washer. That lighting's pretty awful. Maybe, who cares? I just want to see that impeller before I go in for lunch and stop goofing around. So I'm just going to take it apart. Nothing special about that. We'll pull this guy off, and then I think these are 10s. No, those are 8s. So I need 8mm here. Maybe the actuator. Yeah, the actuator bolts are at 10. So I'll pull those off, pull this housing off, and take a closer look. Alright, all the bolts are off. Let's see what we see. Yeah, it's just worn. But look at the housing. Look at all this shit. That's all sanded down, right? That's not stained. That's actually worn just from debris and shit going through it. Looks like something hit it at some point. They don't do that to balance it, I don't think. Maybe. Those might be for balancing, but I would guess more something wore into it. Yeah, this thing is F.